A lot of people are telling us how to avoid a DUI.
Don't drink and drive.
That's number one. I was figuring that was a pretty good one. But as far as like that, they're all, don't walk backwards and don't do this and make sure they just go do the blood test. And, you know, like you said, some of those people, they get pulled over and they got their kids in the car. And I've seen some of them. They're like, I could smell alcohol. And I'm like, you could totally tell these people are not drunk. You could tell.
Somebody wants an arrest.
Yeah. And one person said that there's one officer, I guess, who's pulled over several people. And I don't know if he's unfamiliar with how this works. It's like, what happens is it's not that they haven't drank. That's not what you're bringing them in. It's if they have drank is why you're doing that. But if, you know.
And drinking and driving is not illegal. Drinking and driving over a certain limit is. If they have been drinking and they are under that limit, they are breaking no law.
No. And how many does everybody? I've seen. What's the police show that's on?
Cops?
No, not Cops. The other one that was
Reno
awesome.
911?
No, that one's great. That's a real one. No, the one with Dan Abrams that used to be on, and they brought it back where it's Live PD. Have you ever seen Live PD?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, every person says, oh, I had two.
Yeah.
They were 14 feet long, but I only drink two of them.
I had two.
Yeah, so, but these people, it wasn't even, I've had none ever in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's that cost you?
Yeah,
If
some
you
people
ever
cost
had-
them their job.
If you ever had to call Steph to bail you out, she would probably be so late getting there because she'd be busy laughing her ass off.
Yeah, she would be. Because if you guys don't know, I'm a teetotaler. Like I am a gold star teetotaler. Never had a drink, never had a smoke, never done a drug. Even if I've had a surgery on my knee and my teeth, I don't even want the ibuprofen with a little bit of codeine. I'll be fine. Just give me a couple aspirin, I'll move on with my life. It's part of the ginger in me. But I could see this. I got pulled over in California driving my drunk friends home. And they made me get out and do, talk to me and do me, can you just follow my eyes and stuff like that? And they turned me loose. Because they were so drunk, I could smell alcohol amongst those idiots. I came to pick them up.
Well, you're with them, so you're in trouble now, too.
Yeah, that's basically the kind of the way it went. So it's going to be, there's going to have to be settlements, and I'm sure there's more lawsuits. Losing your kids over that for a while. You don't get that time back.
No, and that's a process.
Yeah.
You could go for a long time before you even get a hearing.
And that's the truth.
Can you imagine that? The state comes in and takes your kids?
Because you weren't drunk.
Because you were not drunk. And then, so what happens to the arresting officers? Nothing?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. And are they settling with these people? Are they paying them back for their time and when they lose their job and all of this stuff?
Or is it just, our bad?
Our bad. Sorry about that.
Really sorry about that, sir.
It's because they get they get that stuff. And I love how long it takes to get that stuff back. We're in a modern age. Somebody modern up some of this stuff. It shouldn't take that long to get the blood test back and go, we are so sorry about this. We are. Never admit your mistakes, though, man. I guess
that's how that is.
Everybody's like, well, it's $3,000 or $5,000 for a lawyer. It's $5,000 for this. It's the minute they find out you're a 0.00, they should dismiss everything on the spot. Tear it up and send you home. Because either two things are happening. Either people are really bad at their job out there, or they're doing this on purpose, or your system is broken when it comes to blood tests and the breathalyzer. So, which is it? I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, how far are they getting with the district attorneys charging these people that show up with .00?
Yeah, I think they're dismissing a lot of them.
Just tossing them out?
It's also how long does are you going to go in front of the judge and go, well, I thought he was drunk. Well, what did he blow? 0.0. What was the blood alcohol test? 0.0. Then why are we here?
Yeah.
You're clogging up time. and you've ruined this person's, last several months. Maybe some of them lost their job, like we're talking about. You lose your kids.
How much did he have to spend to defend it?
Yeah. Well, no, because you go get ChatGPT will defend it for you.
Oh.
Have you seen those? They've got those lawyer ones now.
not.
You've got to have them on, though, so they can hear what they're saying. Tell me what to say here. I plead the fifth. Oh, my Lord. Just
ChatGPT starts pulling up some obscure 1800s case laws and spouting it at the judge.
From the 1700s. Back when somebody was on a mule and they'd had too much of the cider. Had too much of the cider. They'll do a breathalyzer at the police station, but not on the side of the road. What the hell's that all about? Because I know on Live PD, they're doing the breathalyzer right there.
Well, and the longer it takes to get to the station to do the breathalyzer, the more alcohol your body's going to process during that time.
Yeah. But they should have it right there, the breathalyzer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if you want to know if in that moment that person is legally intoxicated, that's the time you need to test them.
And if you go, because if it takes you 45 minutes or an hour, 2 hours to get there, because God only knows what's going on and all this stuff, and it's worked through your system and they come under.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they do the blood alcohol. Well, you got to have some drugs in there.
So just meth.
Just meth. Oh, frustrating. And there was I saw a story several months ago about a guy who he got a couple DUIs and they couldn't figure out what was wrong because he doesn't drink. And apparently the way that his body metabolized food turned it into yeast, which made him drunk.
I've seen stories like that too.
Yeah.
And I also saw another story where a diabetic had an allergic reaction to the insulin they were using.
Yes.
And it manifested in slurred speech and reduced reaction time. And he hadn't drank anything.
Yeah.
But it was the medication.
It was a medical thing. It wasn't an alcohol thing. Hey, Ken.
Yes, sir.
What are we looking at here with Erin? Is she going to hit us at all?
She is not going to hit the U.S. coast. She is going to come within 200 miles tomorrow morning, which should be the closest, but that's still going to cause some surge on the coast and very heavy rain.
Especially North Carolina, right?
Yeah, especially North Carolina, which is still dealing with Helene. And so flooding is going to be the concern, which is always the concern with any hurricane.
Yeah, it's always the concern.
But yeah, so everybody on the East Coast is getting ready.
Getting ready. I was watching people out there, and like some people's like, I don't know if I should go. Don't go in the water, right?
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
You shouldn't have to.
Then how am I supposed to ride the tasty waves?
Well, here's the thing. All right, some of these guys who travel around the world, this is what they do. That's fine. They're not there, right? They're at Mavericks. They're over in Hawaii. They chase those once in a lifetime 10-story waves. It's not, dude, this thing's going to be 8 feet tall. Oh man. And then there's tons of riptides out there. By the way, riptide's about 20 to 100 feet. People think they're like 4 miles long. They're not. Don't panic. Don't swim towards the shore or behind you. Swim parallel.
Sideways.
And you'll be fine. Pick a side, left or right. Doesn't matter. That's tips from Uncle Chad. By the way, nature will mess you up. We have a story later. In fact, we'll do it in a little bit where after you hear it, you're going to think, I wish that thing would have ate him.
You'll be rooting for nature.
You will be rooting for nature. Tootin' for nature. All right, Donald Trump. I said I was going to get to this. You guys want to know about Donald Trump and how to get to his heart. It's not through food, but it's through other things. There's 11 things that they've put down that say are tactics to get to him and to operate around him. Are you ready for it? Number 1, put a sock in it, meaning no downside to trashing Trump. It's nothing but downside. If you trash him, policies, allies, you're going to get smoked. And especially because he's got people like Laura Loomer who will come after you because she's just wackadoo. Number 2, put a sock in it for others. If you are around people that also trash Trump, he's not a fan of that. Number 3, never overreact. That's the media. They overreact to everything. Tariffs, wars, all that kind of stuff that, you see what they do. So be calm, let it play itself out. This is interesting. Number 4, build 2 spheres of influence, which I found interesting. So think of Trump, 2 cars. One's full of the MAGA folk, right? And they're pure. They're pure, like the purity test. Skeptical of anyone who's not purebred MAGA. So you got to you think about those people. And these are people, if you want to be inside of a sphere. The other car, here's the whispers of more conventional, rational actors. People who are fans of Rubio, Bassett, Susie Wiles. So you've got 2. You've got the purebred, and you've got the ones who are like a little bit more rational. Number 5, everything with Trump is negotiable. He loves a deal. He loves a transaction. And in life, it's all negotiable with Trump. So if you're in his sphere and you want something done, even if he comes after you, remember, it's a starting point. This one is perfect, though. It's WWE reality TV, and you have to remember that with Trump. He thinks about optics differently than anybody else when it comes to politics. Business is one thing, but pageantry and posturing is another. He loves big things, big deals. I mean, did you see the speakers they have in the White House now? He's out there. He's got like subwoofers. This one's funny. Kiss ass, but only in moderation. He doesn't want you to overdo it. He wants you to do it just enough. Face to face, one of the most important things if you want to be around Trump and you want to be in his sphere. Face to face. Because he always, just like I said the other day with Putin, love Trump, hate Trump, you need to talk to that guy. And Trump feels like these people, Wickoff and them, they're not going to, they're not going to get it done. I need to be face to face with him because I know that I can get something done. That's the way he feels. Never assume the deal is fully done because he likes to change, as we all know. Play the long game with Trump because there's going to be a lot of different things that happen, and you've always got to do that. And pony up, which is, if you're a private business, it's going to cost you. And that sounds, we shouldn't even be talking like that, but the reality is he's fundraising for his MAGA Inc., Super PAC, all these other committees. Some of these things are $1 million a plate, not to mention the fact it's crypto and it's healthcare stuff. But those are the 11 things you have to do in and around Trump if you want to be part of the group. Now, you guys know I take care of you. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. We've got a bunch of stuff to get to. White Woman Wednesday. Fantastic. So we might do a double shot coming up here of her. I don't know. That might be too much, right? Like, that's like.
No, we got to do it. We got to do it.
He says it. He says it. I'm not going to not do it. So we've got a bit of that coming up. We'll also talk a little bit more about what's going on in Texas, Ukraine. Here's the thing about Ukraine. It's the now what scenario. Because, well, we're going to meet here. We're going to meet there. Lavrov and them have come out and, said the posturing that Europe is doing with Trump is, threatening, as Lavrov says. Will they or won't they meet? How does that even work? Where are they going to meet? I'm not sure those two could even be in the same room together. That I've said if he can get that done, that alone to me should be a Nobel Peace Prize. If he can get that done, just getting them in the same room and getting them to leave the same room alive. You got to have both, right? You can't just.
Yeah, if you're Zelensky and you get in the room with Putin, how do you not want to just stand up and scream at him, "Quit murdering my people"?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's where you have to be a diplomat.
Yeah, that is 100% how you have to be a diplomat, is to look over at somebody who's trying to destroy you and be willing to go, okay, let's just get a deal done. So we'll talk about that. Bunch of other stuff on the way. Reach out to us across all of our social media. Of course, we've got the YouTube, the Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Rumble. Go check us out everywhere. Like and subscribe. I got mine at Chad Benson Show as your Twitter and your YouTube as well. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Oh, Jeffrey. If Jeffrey would have known more women like this, he would have probably been in a better situation. It's White Girl Wednesday, Kylie.
Hi, this is just a reminder that white beauty standards train women and condition them to be housewives. Being stick thin, but also toned, is perfect for being a servant. Cleaning takes energy, so being toned is certainly an advantage because then you can do the grocery shopping, you can carry your child around, you can do the vacuum cleaning, the mopping, the scrubbing. Also, if you're really thin and you're not eating a lot, if your husband puts hands on you, you're not going to be able to fight back.
You guys getting this so far? being fit, being toned, but you're hungry, so you can't fight back because apparently it's not a marriage. It's combat. It's combat. Let's hear what some more she has to say.
You're 120 pounds. And if you gain weight, you are made to question your worth as a human being. And what frustrates me is how many women play into this. And they'll consciously recognize that beauty standards are ridiculous and that women of all shapes and sizes can be beautiful and amazing. And yet they continue to starve themselves in order to attract a husband. At 5'5", 160 pounds, I constantly get comments from men telling me how fat I am. But guess what I can do? I can squat 250 pounds. I have a mean ass punch. Like, I could genuinely hold my own in a fight. And I'm training for a marathon. Like, I can run 10 miles, no problem. Someone who is starving themselves cannot do that. They cannot fight back against their husband if he decides to start being abusive to her. So eat the damn food, please.
Or just get a gun.
Or how about, leave or don't marry somebody who's going to beat you up.
Right.
Well, Chad, you don't know. Oh, I know, but once it happens, you leave. But it's not that easy. Well, apparently, she went the Karen Carpenter route, where she's like, "You're 5'10" and 102 pounds. You're too hungry to fight back." Why does my marriage have to be a fist fight? I don't want friends I have to fist fight. Why would I want to marry somebody I have to fist fight?
A lot of people do.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of thing. She is, it's a shame, right? Like, you deal with life like that, going through the day, every single day, full of struggles, especially being so thin. It's just, how do you wake up every day? And again, we want to get her on the show, and we don't want to be mean, because that's not who I am. And she talks about how mean, people got her suspended, because I wonder where she was for a while. They suspended her account because they call her a commie and all this kind of stuff. And they say horrible things about her because that's the internet, as we all know. The internet is
sending hate from Australia.
That was so funny. We're going to so starting next week, we're going to have the videos and stuff up, and we'll do some of those where we're going to, because the internet, I don't leave horrible messages, even if somebody does, I just don't, because I can't be bothered. But every once in a while, when there's something crazy, I will run to the comments because they are hilarious. And the sending hate from Australia was hilarious about this lady. All she wanted to do was run her coffee shop and do a blow-by-blow through her day. Hey, look at me. I'm a small business owner. And the first comment was sending hate from Australia, 116,000 likes.
What I don't get here with White Lady is she seems to be so focused on preparing for a bad marriage and has no focus on actually getting a man.
Well, no. And by the way, even if she got a man, right? Even if she got a man, who's going to put up with that?
There's somebody. Is she good looking?
You know what? She's. I'm going to be honest with you guys, right? Like, I know she probably won't like this. She's pretty easy on the eyes. Right?
I don't think she's. She doesn't sound like the type seeking out a man.
No.
Yeah, she comes across. I mean, she could look beautiful, but then once she starts talking, you're like, oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but some men don't mind that.
Yeah. She seems to be. She wants one of those lavender marriages.
It's like it's the AOC thing. It's like where she's beautiful and gorgeous, but once she starts talking, you're like, ew.
I'm telling you, she wants a lavender marriage. That's where she marries a guy that's gay.
Yeah.
And they have a marriage, but it's just so they can, I don't know, have each other's insurance or who knows what.
He has a beard.
Yeah. So she is his beard. White Woman Wednesday, we got more of her coming up later, too. She's got some really good ones. Communism, microaggressions. By the way, Ken and I have microaggressed so many people. And for that, we'd like to acknowledge our mistakes for microaggressing you.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, you're going to find out, kid. That's a microaggression right there. You don't even know what it means is a microaggression.
Shame on me.
Shame. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about Trump. Got a bunch of other stuff coming up as well. Reach out to us across all of our social media. And yes, we have the nature mess you up thing. We might do that next. It is, you will say to yourself, that was nice. You will say to yourself after hearing this, yeah, you're right, Chad. This guy, you kind of wish he was eaten. You do. You kind of wish he was eaten. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. People keep asking me, hey, who hate? What hate from Australia? I said, just type in Tom Segura, comedian, hate from Australia. It pops up. And this lady, man, they destroyed her. And they were kind enough. They brought her on because they just think it's crazy. The internet is just, it doesn't matter what you do. It is a place where everybody's just full of hate.
Well, and they're hiding behind, fake names and the keyboard.
That's the key. Well, yeah. I mean, with Mike Tyson, the world looked different if you had to say it in front of somebody's face.
That's right.
It's easy to be angry and say something insane when you're far away. No doubt about that. AOC and Taylor, they're beautiful till they open their mouths. Oh, my Lord. That's not very nice. We did, you know what's funny? People, when you said that about AOC, about, until she opened her mouth or whatever, and we were talking about that, we did that for 10 minutes last hour about Gavin Newsom, about how beautiful he is. Then he opens his mouth and he's just a giant jackass. Nobody said anything.
At all.
At all. Nobody. I kept saying, he's one of those guys, like they chiseled him out of something. They're like, we want a guy that looks like Christian Bale, but a little bit more put together. And they came up with him. And then they forgot to go, oh, yeah, give him some common sense. And they're like, couldn't do that. Darn. Texas doing their, redistricting thing. The reason originally that they were going to do the redistricting, before redistricting, they were going to have a special session, was because of the floods. Do you guys remember the floods? All those many, many weeks ago, where people lost their lives and it was a big deal and everybody paid attention. Of course, it was Trump's fault because he can control the weather or whatever crap they came up with. That's why the original session was called that and marijuana, because they, much like us, they're all afraid of marijuana there. And much like us, I think if they put it to a vote there, it would pass. You guys think it would pass here, don't you?
If it was a referendum?
If it was a referendum,
yeah.
do you
Absolutely.
think it would pass?
Yes.
Yeah. So today, though, people are having their say. Because originally, it wasn't about redistricting.
In heart-wrenching testimony, the parents of the girls killed at Camp Mystic talked about the daughters they lost, testifying in support of a state bill to protect similar camps from future flooding. Carrie Hanna, the mother of 8-year-old Hadley.
I told her camp was the safest place she could be, and she would make new friends and learn new things. I lied to her. She not only wasn't safe, she died.
The parents telling lawmakers her children's lives were cut short because safeguards were not in place.
And Trump made a phone call and they turned it into redistricting, and which then now California's redistricting. And they're not even pretending. California's like, we're just going to totally gerrymander because everybody cheats, so we're going to cheat even more. That is not the way that we should be doing things when it comes to our politics. And it is frustrating. But I listen to that and I say to myself, that was what you guys were originally going to be doing. Not this other stuff that has become the battleground of how we can gerrymander. And this thing, by the way, the gerrymandering that they're doing, just like the way California's going to do it, both of them, when they get to the courts, if California even does it, because the latest polls are probably not going to happen. Because they have to go through a referendum to even get it on the they have to get it. They have to get enough signatures. They have to get it on the ballot. Then it has to pass that. And I don't know if that's going to happen. Texas can go and do what they do because they don't have it in their constitution. That being said, the courts will have the final say. And the final say is going to be, you guys are going to have to redraw these. You are. You're going to have to redraw these lines. Because that's what ends up happening when you have a situation where, they look, it's just kind of ridiculous at this point in time. Just carving it out. Just a little, carve it here, carve it there. But Texas has every right to do what they're doing. Everybody's like, they're doing it wrong. There is no rules. They don't have anything. In their constitution, in the state constitution, says they can't do this. You don't like it, but it's not illegal. The way that they're made, it's illegal. It's never been more illegal. And, we were talking last hour. There is a lady at the State House. She's a Democrat. She was one of the ones that went missing. If you're a Democrat and you're at the State House, you have to, if you're going to leave, they make you sign this thing saying you promised to come back which is just nuts. And they have a DPS officer following you around to make sure that you don't, take off to the airport so they can't quorum. Not a quorum. Oh, nature, kids. We always talk about it here. We just talked about the giant floods that may be coming. Well, nature, normally when we make fun of nature, it's not the kind of thing where a flood comes in. That's nature doing horrible things whenever it wants to. We like people who do stupid things, and then nature attacks them, and we all laugh at it. Nature will mess you up. Because it will. This guy got attacked by a shark. Now, I know what you're thinking. You got attacked by a shark? He did.
I have to disagree with you.
Okay.
I think he was bitten by the shark, but he wasn't attacked. That is shark.
Well, in his mind, he was attacked. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. This clown was attacked on land.
We were out shark fishing on the beach here, and one of the guys I'm with got bit in the leg.
You're listening to the 911 call from Saturday night. Sean Muse and his friends hooked a 6-foot lemon shark. But when he stopped to snap a picture...
We were taking the hook, and we just finished taking the hook out of his mouth. We were going to go release him, and the shark just turned and bit me.
The Boca Grande Fire Department responded to the 911 call.
He's awake. We have a tourniquet on his leg. He's got a towel on it to try to stop the bleeding.
Fire Chief C.W. Blosser says Boca Grande isn't just known for their beaches, but their sharks, too.
There are a lot of sharks out here, especially during tarpon season. Never seen anybody, specifically fishing for a shark getting bitten. So you got to be careful when you're playing with Mother Nature.
Well, we always talk about nature messing you up, but you're an idiot, and you brought it on land, and you tried to grab the snout, right?
Yep.
Get its teeth to come out so you can get yourself a selfie. When dude said, "Nah, I don't want any part of this."
Well, actually, I do want a part of something.
Yeah.
I want a part of your leg.
Now, the funny part is you're thinking, "Oh, that's still a mistake." Now you're going to hear him talk, and you're going to say to yourself, "Oh, I wish they would have got him. I wish they would have got him." And this is the greatest thing that has ever happened to this guy, by the way.
Muse was airlifted here to Gulf Coast Medical Center in Lee County. He says he's lucky to still have his leg, but this bite isn't going to stop him from shark fishing.
I'd go back today if I could leave the hospital. It's unfortunate, but it's something that happens when you go, it happens sometimes. Luckily, he only took a little bit of me, and not a lot. So, I'm one of the fortunate ones, and, now I'm a shark bite victim. A lot of good stories now.
And for the shark that bit him, he has a message.
See you next time.
Chief Blosser says that if you're bit by a shark, to get away from the shark, apply pressure to the wound and call 911. Muse is expected to make a full recovery and says he can't wait for the next fishing trip. Reporting in Lee County.
Come on, guys. We all admit
that guy's a tool.
He's a tool. An absolute beyond. See you next time. What, are you going to fight him? You brought him on land and he kicked your ass.
Yeah.
He doesn't even breathe oxygen like that. Oh, people. I like to think that people's stupidity would never, it's no way anybody could be that. This is what this guy did. And you should have seen him, too. He's in the hospital room. I'm telling you, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. By the time he tells his friends who weren't there, even though it's on video, he will have fought a great white shark in the water. That's what he's going to. And
a 20-footer.
A 20-footer. One megalodon. I can't even believe I fought him. I'm fascinated by. I would be like, don't tell anybody what happened.
This is the difference between you encountering a bear when you're out bicycling and you deciding to go into a bear's den and mess with the cubs.
Oh, don't do that.
One, I can have sympathy for you. The other, I'm not going to have any sympathy for you at all.
Don't, yeah. Because sometimes it happens, right? Nature, you show up, you see people, they're on a hike and they turn the corner and they didn't know there was a bear there and they don't know what to do and they panic. And, there's cubs. You may not see the cubs, but mama knows where they are. And mama only sees you as somebody who's coming to kill them. This guy brought a shark on land, and he got bit by it. I would tell my friends, you burn that film. You never tell anybody what happened, all right, at all. Because how embarrassing. Don't tell anybody what happened, please. Oh, my Lord. How embarrassing is that? And you're going to want to make sure that, but instead he went right to the news. It's like, yeah, I got bit by a shark. That's what I'm, a shark wrangler. That's what I am, guys. Bro.
Next, I'm going after box jellyfish.
Oh, yeah, box jellyfish. Yeah. He said, did they really have to say the first thing you do if you get attacked by a shark is get away from the shark? Yes, they did. On land, too.
That's the first thing you should do.
Yeah. That's the absolute first thing you should do.
Yeah, it's kind of like yesterday's hearing loss story and linked to dementia. One of the advice from the doctor who was interviewed by ABC News said one of the symptoms is you can't hear.
No way.
Really?
Are you serious?
What's that?
People never cease to amaze me. They don't. But that's, as you said, yes, that's the first thing they said is that you should get away from the shark.
Yeah. That's a good bit of advice.
That's it. Get away from the shark. Like
well, of course, you do that after you've gotten the selfie. You get away from the shark.
Yeah. I never, when somebody does something stupid like that, how you can't even justify. And that person votes. Think about that. He's a voter. He cancels out your vote. How infuriating is that? He cancels it out, just like the women do. Was it yesterday? Was it 2 days ago, the celebration of their day to get to vote? You ladies.
Ratification of the 19th
The ratification. Bell's like, we should go on air and talk about, geez, see what happened? Our dinner was always ready pre this.
Now they're officiating baseball games and my dinner's cold.
That's right.
What's going to happen next?
You guys going to want to run the country? You going to want to drive?
You don't want to be vice president?
Yeah. So I haven't seen the story, Bell. What were you saying? They're going at it, Biden and his...
Apparently behind the scenes, she keeps talking about the state of his mental decline while in office, and it's starting to irritate either Biden or his team. And they're threatening to start leaking information about what a poor vice president she was and the mistakes that she made if she doesn't shut up about his mental decline.
We know what happened.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Morning Joe, because this is the best version ever. What's a horrible version, Joe? Just out of curiosity. What's that look like?
There must be some stuff behind the scenes that we didn't see, though, that they think would really embarrass her.
I don't know what else, but, Dr. Biden, Jill, not a licensed medical professional.
PhD.
Yeah. I got a dangling something or other, participial or whatever we said earlier.
Dangling participle.
Yeah. Can you help me, ma'am? Beep. Get away from the shark. But she hated her with a passion.
Really?
Yep. She begged Joe not to take her. Because she was so furious about how, because, I mean, of all of the first go-around in the debates when it was the Democratic primaries, she crushed him with the busing in Oakland and all. I mean, she destroyed him, and that was it. And she never liked her, ever. So I would like to see him. Let's see it. I want to see you guys throw down. Let's do it. Little cat
I'm all
fight.
for it, yeah.
No doubt.
Let's see how much you two really got along.
I don't think they got along at all. I don't even know how many times. If you go back and read stories of ex-presidents and their vice presidents, how many times they rarely talk. Like, was it Reagan? A few of them, like they would once a week were having lunch. But outside of that, there wasn't a lot going on. Like I see JD around a lot more. And they made Kamala show up at some stuff, but not much.
It wasn't until Bush, especially after we went to war, that Cheney started really doing a lot of stuff that wasn't the place of the vice president.
Yeah, of course, because he was running everything, him and all his friends at Halliburton. Coming up, good stuff still to come. Talk a little bit about what's going on in Ukraine. We got some other stuff. White Woman Wednesday. Got another White Woman Wednesday from Our Lady. We'll be doing that straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
Another judge rules on the Jeffrey Epstein files case. These stories and more, too, on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It's White Girl Wednesday. Our girl's at it again. Now, you were wondering, what is a microaggression? Well, you're going to find out what that is, all right, Ken, and why you got to put in the work.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and here are 3 things you didn't know are microaggression. I'm mainly talking to white people in this video because I have heard all of these more times than I can count. Number 1, repeatedly mispronouncing or forgetting someone's name, especially if it is an ethnic name. Sometimes there will be names that are not even difficult to pronounce, like Daman or Dina, and white people will routinely mispronounce it as if it was a 10-syllable word. It's not that hard. It's really not. Number 2, you don't act like your ethnicity. This is almost always intended as a compliment, but in what world is that a flattering thing to say to somebody? I hear this a lot in reference to Indian people. Like, oh, you don't sound like you're from India. You don't look like you're from India. Or they don't work a traditional job that people who immigrate from India work. That's none of your fucking business. And maybe get to know the person instead of generalizing based off of their race. And number 3, if a person of color calls you out, calling them sensitive. Well, you're too sensitive. It was a joke. It doesn't matter if you intended it to be a joke. It wasn't funny. And you need to take accountability for the things that you have said, right? That's part of growing and learning and being a better human. Follow for part 2.
She blows a kiss, too. Microaggressions, right? So, like,
I think she went to Brown.
Yeah, she did. That's what I heard. Probably humanities, I'm assuming. So she's also a teacher in Chicago.
Really?
Teacher. People try to get her fired. Stop that crap. Okay? You nuts. First of all, we need her. She's helping us. We are working our way back to being better people, right, Ken?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
So
I'm white, man.
it doesn't matter. I know. You're already starting with so many checks against you. Who would have known? Being a white man in today's world would be so tough. Especially a cis, hetero, male normative white male or whatever.
And microaggressive.
You microaggress the hell out of people. Like if somebody's got a really cool accent and you say, man, I really like that. Where are you from? You from London? Or something. That right there is a microaggression.
Yeah, it's and racist.
You might as well have had a hood on and get ready to burn a cross. That's how bad that is.
Wait a minute. It can't be racist if they're white.
No. And by the way, people, I remind you guys every week at this time, if you want to see something crazy, type in Chinese Jamaican accent. Watch what happens. If you've never seen it, it is a trip because there was
You'll
a lot
get canceled.
There was a lot of people who went to who immigrated from China to go work in Jamaica, and they've lived there their entire lives, and their families have lived there, and they all talk like this, man, and it's crazy. But that would be a cancellation.
Yes, sir.
And that person may cancel themselves because she probably would think that they're microaggressing somebody who is from Jamaica, not realizing that's an accent.
And she hears it all the time.
All the time. Microaggressions. Don't mess up somebody's name. Ever. Man, I mess up people's names all the time. The mayor of Yuma, his name is Doug Nichols. We interviewed him. I called him Doug Nicholas, and my on-air partner called him Jack Nichols. We had to call him back the next day and apologize. It's hilarious. You know what I did there? I microaggressed him.
You sure did.
I'm sorry for that. I will throw myself onto the microaggression gods. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Hour number 3, straight ahead. Chad Benson Show.